computer.
Nah.
No, you don't understand. I got to pay for it if I did because it was my school's.
Nah, you didn't.
No, it just came on and black screened again. And I don't know what I would have done to it. It was working fine when I used it last. Well, okay, guys.
Welcome to Metaphysical Meanderings with Master Psychic Lana Duncan-Hartgraves. Lana has been a practicing psychic for over 25 years and has the gifts of clairaudience, clairvoyance, and clairsentience. She is an empath, a medium, as well as a pet communicator and health advisor. Today, we're going to be talking about, well, what are we talking about?
Manifestation.
Manifestations. Let me
Yep.
manifest that. Welcome
See,
back. You're feeling better. That is great.
I am feeling better. And I still am a little hoarse, but I'm better. If you guys didn't know, I had bronchitis. That there's a thing going around. Had to be checked for COVID and everything, but I knew it wasn't COVID because I've had COVID and I knew it was like it was a little different. So anyway, with that said, we're gonna be talking a little bit. I've got so many new followers. So what I'm kind of doing is kind of reviewing, but yet I'm not reviewing. So I'm in the process of writing some stuff. I don't know. It's about manifestation and the I am principle.
Mhm.
So I've talked about it before, and if you guys notice that I'm acting a little different, everybody says my energy's different. I have to laugh because it is different. I retired. I am done, and I'm actually done. And it's hilarious because I am busier now than I was when I was working, and it all has to do with people being on, calling me for readings. So which is good, right? So with that said, so I'm going to cover today about the I am principle. And so that you guys understand what it is. The I am principle is, I've talked about it before. It's something that I've kind of devised myself. It's part of one of my things I'm writing, working on, is I'm convinced that this is the way it works. And anybody knows that the I am principle that comes from major religions. I mean, the
Yeah.
I am idea.
Mhm.
Okay. And um Christianity is one of the big ones, like, because Jesus
Yeah.
said, "I am." I think when
I am the
somebody,
great I am.
I am 243 times or something.
Yep.
I am.
I am.
It is a tool to help you own your own power. Okay, so that you understand that. Okay, so with that said, um, I'm going to go over the I am principle, the one that I use, the one that I'm teaching. Okay. No sound again. Okay. Hold on, you guys. I got no TikTok sound again. Do you see how everything is? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's just always something. Hold on. All right.
Oh yeah, because we turned it
All
off.
right. No,
Yeah.
no. I'm having trouble with this. Okay. See if that working. Please tell me if I've got sound on my TikTok. All right. I think that you should. You should hit. Yep. Yep. Okay. Thank you. I didn't have my mic on. You guys don't realize I've got like 5 different screens right now, and I'm everywhere right now, and it's kind of crazy. It gets crazy, and I don't know how else to tell everybody. But anyway, I've got Facebook, Instagram. Actually, my Instagram's coming from Facebook, so then I
Yep.
load it down to Instagram. But that'll be going live soon too, because I've got a lot of people that are starting to follow me on there too. So anyway, with that said, I'm going to go over this so that you guys understand what I'm doing and where I'm coming from. So now it's all about manifestation. All right. Now, your manifestation, you have to understand that you are your own God. You are a piece of God. So that you should be able to manifest. Now, there's different ways people do it. Do you ever meet somebody that's really good at manifesting?
Mm.
Have
Mhm.
you met somebody?
Yep.
You have. Um, I actually, from what I guess, I'm told that I do it like I'm really gone. I'm really, really good at it because I don't realize it, but everybody says I do. And I've had people say that to me. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know. I'm like, okay. Um, so with that said, I'm going to go over that. But first of all, so this is there's some ways that help out. Okay, it's because you have to set your intent. So I is intent, A is alignment, and M is manifest. I am. It's a principle. Okay. So with that said, all right, I'm gonna go over this and then help you guys. You guys can do this, and I didn't realize I was doing it. Now, somebody said I've had like 2 or 3 people point out to me that because I manifested this whole retirement thing. I don't care what he says. I really think I
It's
have.
going well.
And I appear and people don't understand. They think that you are lucky. Okay? That's what people think. You think that you appear lucky. And with that said, I'm not. I'm not any luckier than anybody else. I mean, I I just get it. Um Here, hold on. I'm actually, you guys, I'm taking care of some I'm trying to do all of my cameras and I'm having a hard time. There we go. All right. Man. Sorry guys. Man. I was having a really, really hard. Sometimes I get in here and I have the worst time. You guys just don't even understand. I'm telling you. Okay, go live. There we go. Okay. So now, so that you guys understand, there we go. I was supposed to be, but I'm on another web on Instagram. So, all right. So for I am principle. So I already talked about intent. Your intent's everything, you guys. What are you intending to do? Now, how are you going to get that? How are you going to do that? Well, to be honest, all you have to do is set your intention. So what you're doing is you are trying to get from one place to the other. And so for me, I use a board. I just have to take, and one of them I'll have to take a picture because I've got past things that I've achieved. And what happens is I make a board, and have you ever heard of their intention board?
Yeah,
Because they
the
really do
vision
work.
board. Yeah.
Yes, a
Mhm.
vision board, intention board, they really work because I think that it puts you in alignment. How are you going to achieve this? You've got to make a plan. You can't go willy-nilly on this. I'm sorry, but people like, oh, I just did it. No, but you are subconsciously putting it in place. Like, I want to win the lotto. Well, you can't win the lotto if you don't play the
The
car
game. Yeah.
the numbers. So do you see what I'm saying? There's an intent there. All right. So the intent um is the very first thing. And for me, like I literally have on my
Hmm.
board retirement, and I just pulled the little slip off.
Yeah. Sharon says, "Oh my gosh, I manifested a big giant cookie sheet. I found it yesterday. Someone was getting rid of it. I
I,
got it for free."
Cool. See what I'm saying? And it's funny because like if you're listening to yourself, you know what you've planned. You
Hmm.
just don't always remember it. And it brings it to the forefront. It really, really does. So you've got your intent, which was so let's say what's some of my new intents? Okay, so I'm trying to get my PhD. All right. And why? Because I'm manifesting it. I How am I going to do it? I mean, I can make my plans or I can just let it come to me. I'm telling you, God helps those who help themselves is true. You get helped halfway, but you still have to do a lot of the work too. Like weird things do happen. So don't get me wrong on that. They do happen. But like I said, it kind of happens when you it's subconscious and you're subconsciously doing the things that you need to get your manifestation to make it happen. It just doesn't, I've very rarely seen where somebody just says, "Oh, guess what?" I said, "Oh, really? Out of the clear blue? Really?" But you had put your intent somehow in there to get it to happen.
Hmm.
Okay. So, like, how many times have I said this one, right? Because this is going to be, I'll be here 2 years in July already.
Yeah.
So, um, I was literally 2 years ago thinking about doing a podcast, wondering how to do it. And I'm typing, and for some odd reason, though, I picked up a phone to ask about mortgages. while I'm typing how to look for how to start a podcast. Literally, I was doing that. Now, do you see how that helped me along? Because I was literally trying to figure out how to do it. And I call and I start talking to Kent, and Kent's like, I'm looking for somebody like you. So do you see how it fell into place though? But it wouldn't have if I hadn't at least put that in there. I was like, okay, how do I do this? How do I? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's an energy thing. Okay. So for if you want something, if you want that new job, you can't just sit there and say, "Oh, it's going to come to me." You put your resumes out. It'll come to you if you put your resume out. But see your intent. It's your intent.
It's not a magic trick.
No, it's not. It's
Right.
not. No. And everybody always says to me, I always look very lucky. I am a Sag. Now, anybody that knows what anything about Sagittarius are controlled by Jupiter. Jupiter is a lucky planet. That's why I keep saying right now, Jupiter's in Pisces, but it also is including Sagittarius. Well, what are my signs? I am a Sagittarius Pisces. I just look like I'm so lucky.
Yeah.
Like I'm one of these people that just looks lucky. And I'm like, that's not it. I've done my work from other times and I've worked hard. Think about this. I looked lucky. I got to retire. 31 years. Is that all luck? No, that was hard work.
It's hard work.
So do you see what I'm saying? It's a combination, but it's also to my forefront.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So once you get that intent set, now I made my wish board like I'm telling you they work. And you know where I put my wish board, you guys? I put it like when I wake up in the morning, it's on my wall. When I wake up and I look up, it's there. And every day I see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm serious, these boards work. I thought that they really didn't. I think I saw it years ago, like on an Oprah show or something. And I'm like, oh, I should try it. And then I did it and I'm like, wait a minute, there's more going on here. Because you're thinking about it and you're looking at it. Do you know what I'm saying? And you're thinking about it. So I'm like, okay, what am I going to do today to get that goal? I'm going to do this, 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 and this. Now, as a Capricorn rising, I am a planner. But I still think that nobody should just go willy-nilly about it. You should have kind of a plan in your head at least. Okay. All right. I got somebody that's asking how Chip is doing. Okay. Chip was one of my baby goats. He actually is my aunt has him. I have an aunt that's only a few years older and she has a small farm. But thank you for asking. That was one of my baby goats that was born. And like I said, I was just talking to Kent. Yesterday I was gone. I got a new puppy. I named her Bryla. I have no idea where I came up with that. Bryla.
Oh, that's a weird name.
I know. I thought it was it was pretty though. I liked it. So because it's kind of a Scottish name, sort of, and they're Scottish. Nancy, but yeah, he's a golden retriever puppy.
Nancy says concentrated focus.
Yes.
Hey, Jen.
Concentrated focus is exactly as intent. It's kind of the same thing. It's almost synonyms, aren't they? Mm-hmm. All right. So concentrate on exactly what you want. Now, my idea of all this, and this is how I feel, is don't choose too many at once. If you've got a bigger one, like a big one, concentrate on that. If you want a new job or a new career, concentrate on, and don't take too many things at once. Now, there's something else that I wanted to say about this, because a lot of times you are blessed. I mean, there's a combination going on here, but sometimes it comes too fast. So just remember that I've asked my guides at times to slow me down, okay? So that you guys know, all right? Please slow me down a little, all right? Anyway, so intent is everything. It's everything. I mean, once you have your intent, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the alignment, okay? So the alignment is walking your walk and talking your talk. You see how they go? And there's an acronym, I am. All right. So the alignment, your actions become aligned to what you want and what you need to get what you want. You see what I'm saying? It's common sense a little bit, but at the same point, you're putting that positive energy and you're getting it from the other side too, because they do help. I've been told that many, many times that they do help a lot. And matter of fact, I did a reading this morning and they said that they were going to help this woman find a job. And awesome. They said we're helping as fast as we can. And I'm like, and that is literally what she said. And she goes, well, that's interesting because, blah, blah. And I always hear that almost all the time. Well, that's strange because, and they'll say, I was just thinking about that today. I said, because they put that thought in your head. There is more going on here. You guys all know that though, right? Okay. So your thoughts create your behavior also. So that's what leads to manifestation. That's how you get what you want. It's such an easy thing that, and you ever notice though, some people are much better at it than others. So just to remember that. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, Kent?
I think that some people understand it better. Not necessarily that they're better, right? Because a lot of our listeners out there will say, "Oh, you know what? I tried that, and people said I was crazy, or they laughed at me, or, they're not as in tune, perhaps, with their own ability." So,
Or trusting
or
themselves.
trusting themselves.
Yeah.
Is that a
Because
good
that
way to
is
put it?
something that I find a lot of times where people don't trust their own ability.
Yeah.
I always get something. I've been going live a lot. I don't know if you knew that, but I'm going live a
Yes.
lot on YouTube and
Yeah.
TikTok. TikTok is going to start going live. I've got Tarot Tuesdays. I'm going to be live Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I've got
Well, you do your daily reading on
Yes,
TikTok.
I do my daily readings, but then I also go live when I do my daily readings on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
So people can talk to me.
Mhm.
And I just started doing it. And excuse me. The point is that it looks like I'm manifesting it, things left and right.
Mhm.
And I kind of am, but I've gotten to a point where I'm doing that and it's helping me be a little clearer because I can slow my things down a little bit better.
Yeah. And Michael, good morning. Michael says, ask your guides to help you do the work to manifest what you need/want.
Yes, they are on the other side, basically pushing you forward many times. I had one this morning that she said, I said to her, I said, you must be invoking angels. And she goes, oh, that's funny. I did it right before I called you. And I'm like, well, because I can see them. And she's like, oh, you can see them? I'm like, yeah, I can see them because I see stuff on the other side. And I can see that they're trying to help as fast as they can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how else to tell you. Thank you. Somebody said they love my daily readings. Yes, they're just for fun, but everybody's are telling me that they're so scary accurate. And everybody knows why they're accurate, right? Here we are meandering off the subject, right? Is because you probably have my chart. You're part of my chart, or you have one of my signs. So if you have a Sagittarius, Sagittarius, a Pisces, or a Capricorn somewhere, you probably are. But also think about it, even a Taurus North Node, because I'm a Taurus North Node. And the people that are actually following me mostly are Cancer.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, and I think the interesting with the I am is that the M part, the manifestation, can't work without the I and the M. So you have to have the intent.
Yep.
Right. And
yes.
It can it be a selfish intent?
Good question. You always feed me so well, Ken. You know what I have found? Whenever I'm selfish, I fall flat on my freaking face. I don't know about you guys. Tell me if I'm right. Tell me if I'm right. I fall flat on my darn face. Okay. So yeah, just thought I would point that out. It just seems like whenever I've got something that I'm being selfless about, like I want to help, like, right, I'm trying to get out to a lot of people. I'm trying to tell them that God is real. I'm trying to tell them that what I say, the other side is real. Be a good person, do good in the world, that kind of thing. That when I'm doing all of those things, but if I go, ooh, I want this isn't for me, it just never works. It never works.
Yeah. And Jen Krejci says, yes, Kent, it can be selfish. And I think maybe let me put it a different way. Selfish could be, it's something that I want. Yes. But can it be something that is simply just for me, then I don't want to return any energy from it, like the happiness or
good question. Think about it. Even if you want it for yourself, is it completely selfish? I mean, if you, I want to win $1 million. Well, why? I'm going to take it and run away with it? Or am I going to help family members? Am I going to be a better person? Am I going to, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's what Jen says, because when you manifest and get what you ask for, it inspires others if they're in the receiving mode. So, Jen, that's kind of what I was asking. If if I was going to bury it in the backyard, you know.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Sharon says sometimes being selfish is like self-care, and that's okay for a
Yeah.
moment.
There's a difference
Mhm.
between those two. And thank you for pointing that out, Sharon, because self-care and selfishness, I don't know. I can see that. I can see it. I can see
Mhm.
where there's a selfishness and I can see where there's self-care. I'm at a point right now. I was feeling very guilty. I retired. I up and retired. And I mid-year, I needed to do it. I did it for 31 years. I'm tired of wondering if I'm going to get Omicron because the kids the whole school had it. Like there were kids in a classroom of 24 because all of them were out with
Yeah.
Omicron. And I kept wondering, you know what? I'm going to take care of me for a while. And I felt really guilty about it. And I really did. And matter of fact, found out that the teacher they hired isn't there yet. They've got
Yeah.
to wait a good month.
Well, not
So
your
all
problem.
the other teachers are having to take my class
Mhm.
over and teach my class. There's no lessons. There's no nothing.
Not your problem.
But it's not. Yep. It's self-care. I'm doing, besides, I have more time free for you guys.
Yeah.
So yeah. So, which has been crazy. Like
That's
I was
wonderful.
really busy last
Yeah.
week. Like my head's spinning. I've got so many calls and so many people I'm dealing with. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So the intent is a huge part of it. But then that alignment as well. So I can intend for things and I can manifest it, but if I'm not in good alignment,
Yep.
then the teeter totter doesn't teeter, I guess.
That's right. You're right. Because it goes right down the middle. Because the alignment is what do you need to do to get from point A to point B. So if you think about it, you're right. It's kind of like that because here's your intent, here's your manifestation. There's got to be a thing in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
it's
thanks,
like
Jen.
I guess you're right. It's like a teeter totter.
Yeah, and that's what
So
Jen says. As long as you have integrity and don't wish for something negative, as long as you frame your
oh,
wanting in a positive frequency.
big warning about wishing for negative stuff, you guys. Big warning. Okay? Because I have seen it. I have seen where people it comes back to you 3 times over. It's karmic.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys have ever heard about karma being what you do comes back to you 3 times. Because that's karma. It's a principle of karma. Well, it's the same thing for negative karma. That's why when somebody does you wrong, you just kind of smile and let it go because it will come back to them and not to you. You have to remember that. Okay. All right. With that said, I just want everybody to understand that, um, it's simple. It's really not that hard. I think some people make it a little harder. I do see. I talk to so many people, and remember, I'm getting my degree, my PhD in metaphysical counseling, and I see where they start in, and it's a negative. I don't know how else to describe it, but negativity makes negativity. It creates negativity. You can't dig your way out of it. You're taking that shovel and you're trying to, and you can't get out of it. And I've got a couple people that I deal with that actually I had to block her off of all of my social media because it was so bad. And I wasn't trying to, I can only help you guys so much. Some, God helps those who help themselves. It's true because you start the ball rolling, the positive energy going forward. Okay. Because positive breeds positivity. Okay. But I will say that it does seem like there are people in this world that seem luckier than others. And and it has a lot to do with where your chart sits. Like I can look at your chart and see if you would seem like to be a lucky person. Okay. All right. So just to let you guys know that. All right. But it's your viewpoint that creates the luck. It creates all the stuff that you're wanting out of your life. All right. And I still say it starts with a board because like I said, I get up in the morning, my board is right there. Like I'm looking at it and I'm going, how am I going to do that today? What's one thing I can do to make that get a little bit closer? And you have no idea how many, and there's some of them are silly. Now I know, like, okay, I always wanted a yellow Jeep. He knows I've always wanted, I've for like 30 years. And every time I get to a point I could get one, I had kids, I had dogs. It was just, everything was expensive. I finally got my yellow Jeep. I got it in 2020. And I had settled and I had gotten a red one first. It was a piece of garbage. It was almost like it was telling me, you needed the yellow one. So mean, is that selfish? No, that's not. It is selfish. It's just something that I wanted. There's nothing. Am I hurting anybody? No. Now, what did I do with that Jeep? That Jeep has my logo and my advertising all over it. And you know
Tie-dye, you
what?
name it.
I inspired my kids at school because they love my Jeep. They always see me. And so they always now, whenever they see me, they remember that it's my Jeep and they come and say hi to me. So in the long run, I still have connected to my kids because of my Jeep. So you see that sometimes what you wish for gets a little bit bigger, a little bit broader, and they still like to talk to me. I wouldn't be surprised. I got a couple kids on here on TikTok talking to me because they follow me on TikTok. But usually more at, you know what I've noticed, that TikTok's just crazy busy about 7 o'clock at night. It's like unbelievably busy, by the way. Anyway,
That's because nobody's
yeah,
doing anything.
I guess nobody's doing anything is right, you know. So, but anyway, I just know that you can't do this without intent. Now, I'm going to be writing a small, short, kind of like an ebook on this, and giving you some suggestions on how to do this. So don't worry, it's coming. Like, I've only been off a week now. I've already been so busy. I may have a sponsor. Did I tell you that?
No, it's good.
I got a friend that's looking because he thinks he's got an idea for somebody. So I might actually get me a sponsor. Because you do know that, you guys, I'm doing my podcast for free. I have not gotten paid $1. So the only money I'm making is through readings. So to let you guys know that. Okay. With that, let's see. What we've got a couple of people that are making comments. I can't quite, I can't read your screen. You know that, Kent?
Yeah,
can't read Kent's screen. That's my podcast producer.
Jen says, when we cross over and in spirit, you review your life in a higher frequency state of existence. Yes. Pure unconditional love, you'll feel the way you made others feel while having your 3D experience.
Yes, I agree. I know that this is what they show me on the other side. So you guys know that after you die, and if it was a traumatic death, they'll put you in one of those you know what those pods are, where there's no the deprivation pod.
Yeah.
They literally do that on the other side. That idea came from on the other side, to de-cocoon you, or to de-stress you from all the negative energy that's in this lifetime. This is a negative planet, negative existence, and you sometimes don't hear them for a while. Like, they'll be gone for, I've had up to 6 to 8 weeks or more. When my father passed, and he had a very painful death, he died of lung cancer, and I didn't hear from him for 3 months. And then I had a dream, and my daughter had the exact same dream. So we knew that's who it was that was contacting us. So you are right. We are, it's like they make us look at everything, the things that we have done, and we have there's atonement. There's an atonement. Okay. But you are correct. I agree, Jen. Okay.
One of your predictions is that everybody's going to be kinder.
Yes.
So are a lot of people manifesting that? Are a lot of people saying, you know what?
Well, the energy is changing too. There's a lot of planet changes this month. Now, you guys do know that Pluto is in Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars. The formation of our country was formed about the exact same time. It's come full circle now. So now it's time for something new. So that's why I keep saying there's big changes happening, but I can feel it. But everybody keeps saying they're doom and gloom. And I'm getting sick and tired of everybody doing this doom and gloom scenario.
Right.
I don't feel it's that way. It's needed, and it's going to happen regardless. Yeah. But I think maybe just because I'm a Sag, and Sages are optimistic, but I can't stand to sit there and listen to somebody tell me how bad my life's going to be. I don't know about you. I try really hard when I do readings for you guys, that I try to find the good in all the lessons. So if I see a Tower card, I'll be like, well, let's see, what are you going to learn from that? You know, so to just remember that. And that has to do with manifestation, positivity or negativity. Yeah. Which way are you going to go? All right.
Princess says, I made a vision board after my son was born at the end of 2019. Little by I am checking off what I have manifested. Vision boards work, but you have to help them along.
Yes, I agree with that. Hi, guys.
So what kind of things do you put on a vision board?
I just make it as simple as I want on my vision board. My vision board, I literally have, I'll have to take, I was going to snap a picture and have you put it up here. But it says, because I want acreage, and it's for a higher good though. I'm an
Yeah.
environmentalist. I'm after 6 to 20 acres, and I would like to do a health center on it.
Yeah.
But and so it says there, it just says 6 to 10 acres. One of them says, I only have 4 little boxes that it's on a clipboard. 4 of them. One says retirement. I have to pull it down. I did it.
Got it.
So yeah. Now and then another one says what did it say? I'm trying to buy my kids a house.
Yeah.
And it's roadblock after roadblock after roadblock, and they're struggling. We're struggling trying to help them, and it's just because I'm telling you, I know that you say you don't see anything slowing down, but it's coming to a halt. It's coming quick. I still say there's some type of crash. There's something going on this in the next 6 to 8 months. I know banks don't want to lend. They're giving you a hassle. I don't know. Something's up that they know we don't, but I was saying it a year ago. So, I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but I know around me, the market slowed down a lot. A lot. I've got a house. Well, she wants too much. And a lot of what's going on, I think, is that these houses are so overpriced.
Yep.
The bank goes, you know what? I ain't giving you money for that. It ain't worth that. I got a house next to me, 5 acres. I remember I live out in the country. I have a farm. And it's only a 1,100 square foot house. No outbuildings. It's got some nice hardwood on it.
Yeah.
But it's just got a 2-car garage and 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Needs to be gutted. Original stuff from 1972. They want $350,000. I'm sorry, in my market, that's a joke. And I'm like, that's not happening. And then here it sits. It's been sitting and sitting. I'm thinking, come down in price, lady. I mean, I know her, but I'm like, I'm not going to tell her that. But they come down in price, you'd sell it. But like I said, I'm aware of what is going on, and would I like to? Now, here's an interesting prediction. So from me, don't know where it came from and don't know why. I have friends that are psychic too. I mean, I just do. If you're psychic, you have other friends that are too, because you just need the support. Matter of fact, Wednesday nights, I'm starting a support group for all people that are also psychic or intuitive. It's part of my Patreon. I'm extending it open so to include up to 30 people at a time.
Oh, fun.
And then we just talk about subjects and support and all that. Okay. The support groups and all the different things that I'm doing are working, but like I said, I just
you got to manifest it.
Yeah, you got to manifest it, but it works. Anyway, this lady told me that I was going to come into that I will never have to worry about money again. Now here in February. So what does that mean? And I know I have but I have to work. My pension isn't quite big enough. So let's see what happens. That was what my point was. I don't know. You have to remember, I can't read for myself. You guys, you shouldn't. If you can, I always get people on they're saying they can read for themselves, but you're too emotionally involved with everything. I can get maybe 10%. Now go figure. You shouldn't be able to read for your family, but I can read for my family really well. But I can't read for myself.
All right. So Jen says that ask yourself, what did I learn from this experience that I would not have learned if it never happened? Once you realize or acknowledge the lesson, it ceases faster. So it makes mean people go away faster. LOL. They were there to teach you something.
Yes.
And speaking of teaching us something, it's that time in this show.
It is.
If you have a question, feel free to ask the Master Psychic. But please understand, we have perhaps close to 1 million people tuned in or more. So we need to make sure that we are very clear with the question that we ask. Just don't ask, hey, what do you see for me? Right? Be very, very specific. But now is the time to ask.
You
Lana.
can go ahead and ask questions. Remember, I'm on a screen. So, I got somebody I'm out of the clear blue that I did a reading for yesterday, and she goes, I'm coming into money. And I'm like, oh, good. Because I was like talking to her. She goes, you're going to get a piece of it for your health center. And I kind of went, so you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So by the way, that's the manifestation, intent and alignment.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's go. Questions. Let's go. Let me take one off of TikTok.
Yes.
Okay. not. It's happening. Will you be expected? Okay, I've got Brandy, and I know Brandy. Hi, Brandy. Will I be successful in my business this year, and will it hit my goals? You're going to be a little under your goals, but you're not going to do bad. Just not quite what you wanted, but it's going to be okay. All right. But the next year, it's just going to keep growing. So just be patient. Okay.
That's it. Princess asked Lana, do you think my husband will get a better job this year so he can help?
I know. I know her well. Yeah.
That wasn't a strong yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know. Help. Yeah, but call me later.
There you go. Yep.
Call me
PT
later. You know what I mean.
PT says, PT Chris 1 says, I hear knocking, tapping at my window at night. Is there someone trying to get my attention?
I feel like I think it's your guide. I wanted to say, because sometimes I'll pick up, there's ghosts. You guys know I clear houses. That's one of the other things that I do. But I'm telling you, there's some type of, they're trying to get your attention. You're missing something that they're trying to set in front of you. And that was not me. That was channeled. That what I just said to you. Okay. All right.
Nice.
Hi, Brandy. Brandy's on my, she's on both. Okay. Some of you guys are on both. That's making me laugh. Okay. I'm seeing you on TikTok and Facebook. So I can see both of them. That's funny. Okay. So let's see. Don't be too general with your questions. I need very specific things. We don't know right now how many we've got, but last time we knew it was nearly 1 million people watching. So, and there's so much energy,
a lot of energy
coming at me that it's hard for me to concentrate on just one. So if you're really specific, then I can zone in on it.
Yep.
Okay.
Michael Farr says, Lana, I interviewed for a dream job type of situation a week ago. Will this come through for me?
It's going to take longer than you thought. And they're going to say, I want to say, Michael, they're going to say, like, you're not going to hear from them. And you're going to, oh, well, they hired somebody. And then it's not going to work out. And then you get called. I know that's weird, but it's like, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. And it does. Okay. And it might not even be like quite that job. It might be something else inside that place, inside that corporation or whatever, or company, and leads to it but you're heading the right way. Okay. All right. Should we be patient with moving or do it fast? I want to say do it fast, Jojo. I want to say move. Okay. Just get out and there's some type of negative energy in there. Get out and get out. Just go.
Go. Karen says, new job in February. Is it going to be good or bad?
Karen, new job in February. It's okay. It's not really good. It's not really bad. It's okay. It's functional. It serves its purpose for the time being. I feel like you'll be there a while, though. It'll be like a couple of years. It won't be like the most fantastic thing you've ever done in your whole life, and that you're yay. It'll be okay. Okay.
Good. That's better than bad.
Yeah, it's better than bad.
Nancy says, Lana, do you see my oldest daughter, Katie, finding a job closer to home?
Yes. That's all I have to say is yes. I don't know why, but yes. I've got an interesting question. Who is opening up my hallway cabinets? It is an older lady with gray hair. She's got kind of like it's like her hair does this at the top, and it's kind of like a little bit of a wave to it, but it's like a grayish white, like pretty white. Not a real big woman, but not a real big tall person, kind of a little bit smaller. What dress? She's got makeup on. I don't know why that's important. I want to say it's somebody related to you. I think it's a grandma. It might be a great grandma. I know it's not an aunt. I think that they're trying to get your attention.
There you go.
That they're trying to tell you they're trying to help you. Okay.
Veronica says, hi, Lana. Hart, I have been on the hunt for a new vehicle. Do you see me finding something soon?
Not soon. More like into March, maybe even April. Okay. If you go too fast, you're going to get a piece of crap. I want you to, they're telling me to tell that to you. That you be careful what you're getting. Watch. And I want to say something's going to fall just right for you, but it's going to be a little longer than you would like. Okay. All right.
Renee asks if you've got one. I will be having a legal meeting with my previous employer in a hospital. Will that result in me getting money from this?
I will be having a legal meeting with previous employer. Yes. I might not be as much money as you thought, but yes, there's going to be some money. Like maybe 7,800. It's not that much. You know what I'm saying? It's 78. I don't think it's 78,000. No, maybe 78, 78. Something about 78. Okay. Um. Hi guys. Yes, you should, Island Girl. I know, Island Girl. You should continue doing your readings. Yes, you should be. Okay. Um. Who Gail wants to know who's in your house. My husband thinks it's my mother. This woman has short hair and it used to be dark, really dark. And it's cut very much kind of like, I don't know if you remember what Princess Di's short haircut used to look like.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cut like that. And she's got a great sense of humor and she's purposely making noises just to bug you. So whoever's got that little bit of a jokester attitude, it's them. And I want to say J or a G name somehow in connected, just sound. Okay.
Laura asks, any prediction about me and S's future together?
Laura. Why is it so on and off? Laura, it's really super on and off, on and off, on and off. You might be taking a break from each other for a while, but I feel like he'll always be around and in your life somehow. So take that with how you want to take that. Because I don't feel like you're always going to be, he's always going to somehow be in your life, that person.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Sharon Adcock, our good friend, says, should I go to work in Reno?
You're not going to Reno. It's a little bit, it's Vegas or it's somewhere else, but it's not Reno.
It's not.
It's
Reno.
more like a suburb of Reno or something like that, maybe. It's just not Reno. I don't know why, but I'm supposed to tell you. Remember, I just go with what they tell me. So, because remember, I'm clairaudient. All right, Zoe, will I get the house you want? Yes, you will. You're going to have to wait and be careful of the prices because remember that. I feel like you're going to make it like you want it. Maybe it might not be absolutely perfect, but it's going to be pretty close, and you're going to make it how you want it.
Awesome.
Okay.
Hi, Lana. This is from Tony. Tony Ann Murrow. Hi, Lana. How will my separation with husband work out? Tough go so far.
It's going to go fine. When you finally do separate, I feel like it's almost amicable because I feel like everything will be shared and everything will be okay. It's just a fact of getting over something significant in March. Okay. And so I feel like, you know what, Tony, is somebody else causing trouble? Is there another person involved with all this that's causing trouble for you?
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm getting confirmation here on TikTok. I got a couple people said, yes, your prediction was right. Thank you. You guys, I like to, like, when I'm right, I like confirmation too.
Absolutely.
Remember, I'm human. You know.
That's it. Sonia Scott asked, hi, Lana. I saw a print on my glass. Was it my grandpa?
Did your grandpa have, was his hair kind of up a little, but kind of around, but it was thinning just a little bit. It kind of did this, I don't know how to describe that. But it was white and he had a good sense of humor, but he was one of these that didn't say much unless he had something to say, but he was kind of funny. He had a kind of a ironic, dry sense of humor. Because if that's who that is, yes, that's who did that for you. Yes.
Nice.
They play all the time with our stuff. You guys know that, right? I the other day, I am not kidding you. I had this and it has all of my I had to get a new mic and I keep tapping it. They're yelling at me on TikTok. And I swear I couldn't find it anywhere. I swear I looked everywhere and I came in and said, damn, where did it go? And there it sat right in the middle of there was no way well, I tell you what, oh, you know what? I didn't tell you. I haven't seen you guys in a while. I don't know what this is. And I honestly, remember, I can't read for myself always. My dog, my golden retriever and I were like home alone. My husband had left for Florida to be with my mother-in-law who's ill. And I'm sitting there on the phone doing a reading, and something took all of my chimes and did this with their, it sounded like somebody took their hand and went all the way down, and you could hear it as loud as a bell. And the person I was reading for goes, "What was that?" And I said, "Oh, it's my cat." And I turn around and my damn cat is sitting right behind me. There was just my dog, my cat, and me. Now, this gets weirder. My dog runs out to the other room, stares and stares and stares, and then he runs because the door is right there. Like the wall is right there out to the outside. He goes to my deck. He runs around to the other door to look out the deck, and he just stood there. And then I saw him. He wagged his tail for a second, and then he and just stared, and then walked away. So he saw something. I don't even know. Now, I know I have fairies. I know I've got beings in my house. I don't know. Maybe they were telling me that they're there to protect me because I was all alone. I don't know, because I was alone for like a week. I don't know, but that was the weirdest. And you have to remember that I don't always know who's around me because I become used to their energy.
Sure.
So like I can tell you who's around you, but you can't tell always who's around you because the energy has become so normal to all of us that we just are like, well, who was that? I'm like, I don't know. Like it happens, it's normal for everybody. So I just like, I'm no different, but I still don't know what it was. But it was weird because she even heard it. She even was on the phone and heard it. So I was like, yeah, I kind of don't know, but it's
all
okay.
right. We've got time for one last question.
One more question. Okay.
Karen says, who or what are the cats watching on the western wall in the living room?
This is weird. I want to say they're little nymphs or wood nymphs or little fairies. It's something, they're watching something. If you are watching, I never was a big believer in all these little fantasy little things. I think they're tulpas. Tulpas are something that we believe in so much that we've created. Anyway, but they'll twinkle. And I've seen them sitting in trees twinkling. They twinkle like little lights. And I want to say that's what they're seeing. Okay. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. I've seen them things actually twinkle in the trees, and I've actually caught them on my camera. So if you look on my enchantedsky.com, you'll see some of the pictures.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Of course, everybody, that is going to put it to the end of this show. But if we got to your question, terrific. If not, check Lana out at www.enchantedsky.com. Don't get upset. We got very limited time. We'll get around to come back next week, ask another question. We'll get there. But if you can't wait till next week, again, she is on TikTok. Follow, like, subscribe to her TikTok, subscribe to her YouTube. She's out there every day doing readings and cards. And how is your day going to go? Absolutely connect with her. Like, follow, subscribe. For all of us here, 21.6 Tonight. Thanks for getting caught in the net with us this morning. Have a great rest of your weekend.